Scott Nelson came to Ecuador on a motorcycle. A welded platform above the rear wheel held a cage for his dog. The two of them rode from Washington state through the western U.S. down to Mexico, then to Guatemala, San Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and finally Panama. From Panama City, they boarded a ferry and sailed to Manta, Ecuador. Then he and the dog rode east into the rising Andes Mountains. At 5,000 feet, they reached Vilcabamba. He was younger then and loved adventure. The dog did too, I guess. I wouldn't know. I was up in Cuenca then. Scott's better half flew down from the States. The biker's rough life didn't appeal to her. Anyway, she could afford comfort and first-class air travel. Reunited, they bought property on the other side of the sleeping Inca, Cerro Mandango, along the Rio Uchima. They built a simple house on purchased property. The idea was to combine a repair shop for motorcycles with rooms for bikers. The life didn't suit Scott's companion because she soon left. She flew north from Ecuador. Scott continued to build. He repaired motorcycles and did welding jobs. He was very handy. A good guy, I thought. After I tired of Cuenca, I moved to Vilcabamba and soon became acquainted with Scott. I'd often catch a ride with him in his old Jeep. We'd shop at the various markets in Loja. One time I remember he helped me get a meeting with a profesora in Loja. She taught at one of the universities in the city. An attractive young Spanish woman. I was doing illustrations for a book she was writing. Scott sat in on our meeting. I remember him flirting with her. Spanish women have a skill for deflecting such attention without injuring the delicate masculine ego. Scott needed another companion, obviously, and this put him in harm's way, and over the years he got burned a couple of times. When I myself got a motorcycle, a tough 250cc Chinese machine, Scott helped me keep it going. Did all this lead to the bottle? I don't know. It is painfully common here. Retired, spent, no plan, no passion anymore. Enough money for another bottle and plenty of old guys to drink with. That became his life. The motorcycle went, the property sold, the Jeep found another owner. For the last few years, Scott walked. He moved several times, renting places just out of town. I'd sit by the park with him and talk. The slide that is all too familiar here was evident in him. He was always well-juiced and drank rum right out of the bottle. That fig leaf of a paper bag over a bottle intrigues me. Who is it fooling? It's not fooling the locals. They've seen it too many times. The tables full of drunks on the sidewalk is an irritant to the Ecuadorians. Sure, they have alcoholics in Ecuador, but not so publicly. I did my best, though I knew it wouldn't go anywhere. I talked to Scott, tried to talk him out of the path he was on. A couple of times he agreed. Yes, he'd say, I know it's slow suicide. The bottle didn't kill Scott. Mortality killed him. He might have gone on 10 years without drinking, maybe 20. The sadness is that he didn't have enough reason to live. He chose the slow suicide. Youth can ignore this stuff for a time. The cohort I belong to, the geriatric posse here in Vilcabamba, must consider it anew each time one of our number passes. It's then we ask, who's next? Me? Here's a note. I've used Gemini AI to create the illustrations used in this video. The script is mine. I'm so old that I did learn to compose my thoughts into text, not something learned so much these days. I can draw and paint also, to some extent. I've sold artwork, cartoons, and illustrations. The reality is that a working artist will always use the tools available. A dilettante will worry about AI because to them the process is the point, being an artist. I work to obtain a goal, and an illustration that makes the point. Is using a straight edge cheating? What can cheating mean in this context? If you got to the finish line, what else is there? The problem with AI is that future generations will not do the hard work, the work I did. We learn by doing, by struggle. No pain, no gain, I guess. I'm not apologizing, I'm trying to explain. So if you can find it in your heart to forgive me or to understand, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.